Do you feel out of control in your life?
No, I don't feel like it's out of control. I think it's too in control.
From America's sweetheart to a global cautionary tale, Britney Spears lived the ultimate pop fantasy and the ultimate nightmare. She went from a small-town girl to the biggest pop star on earth with the world at her feet. I've heard like a rumor that you and Justin from Instinct have gone out just wondering if it was true. No, it's not true. Not true. No, it's not true. It's not true. Not true. No. I guess because, we were on the Mickey Mouse Club together with JC, but I mean, people are gonna start rumors try. No, not true. Okay. But fame has a dark side and Britney's story is one of pressure, rebellion and collapse. This is the complete timeline of Britney Spears' downfall. And why many say it was absolutely deserved. Who's dating Britney Spears? It's rumored. Justin. Is it rumored? I have to say I'm dating Tyra Banks. Last night on TV I saw you and Justin from SNC making out. What have you two been? Have you two been going out this whole time? Love, Carrie. For real. Before the chaos. Before the scandals, Britney Spears was just a girl from Kentwood, Louisiana with an undeniable talent. She first appeared on the Mickey Mouse Club in the early 90s alongside future stars like Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, and Ryan Gosling. Even then, her stage presence stood out. By 16, Britney had signed her first record deal and in 1999, she released Baby. One More Time. The song exploded like a cultural bomb. The music video, Britney, in a schoolgirl outfit, dancing in a hallway, became one of the most iconic visuals of the decade overnight. She wasn't just a singer, she was a phenomenon. Her follow-up album, Oops, I Did It Again, only cemented her status. By the year 2000, Britney Spears wasn't just topping charts, she was the face of a generation. Her image was carefully crafted. The wholesome southern girl next door mixed with just enough edge to keep the headlines rolling. She was America's pop princess selling millions of records, filling stadiums and dominating MTV. But behind the glitter was pressure. Britney was barely out of high school. Yet every move she made was scrutinized. Her body, her relationships, her words, everything was controlled and commercialized. The fame that built her career was already starting to suffocate her, and soon the cracks in her perfect pop image would begin to show. At first, Britney seemed untouchable. She was young, beautiful, and unstoppable on the charts, but the illusion of perfection began to shatter in the early 2000s. Her high-profile relationship with Justin Timberlake had made them the golden couple of pop, but when they broke up in 2002, the media frenzy was relentless. Justin released Crimea River complete with a Britney lookalike in the video, painting her as the heartbreaker. The message was clear. Britney had cheated, and Justin was the wounded victim. Almost overnight, public sympathy shifted. Tabloids branded Britney as the villain, the bad girl who had betrayed America's favorite boy band star. Rumors about her sex life, her virginity and her private choices exploded across every magazine cover. She was no longer just a singer. She was a scandal. The pressure only mounted when in 2004, she shocked the world by marrying her childhood friend Jason Alexander in Las Vegas. The marriage lasted just 55 hours before it was annulled instead of a fairy tale. It looked reckless, even pathetic. For the first time, Britney Spears wasn't in control of the narrative. The world that had once adored her was now picking her apart piece by piece. And the cracks in Britney's perfect fairy tale image were no longer hidden. They were front-page news. If Britney's early 2000s were about chart-topping hits and pop dominance, the mid-2000s were about chaos. In 2004, she shocked the world again. This time by marrying backup dancer Kevin Federline. The whirlwind romance was messy from the start. Kevin already had 2 children with another woman, and Britney instantly stepped into the role of stepmother not long after. She and Kevin had 2 kids of their own, Sean Preston in 2005 and Jaden James in 2006. On the surface, Britney was building the family she said she always wanted, but behind closed doors, her world was spiraling. The paparazzi smelled blood. By then, Britney was the most photographed woman in the world. A single photo of her with her kids could sell her hundreds of thousands of dollars. Paparazzi swarmed her car, followed her into gas stations and camped outside her home. Every trip to Starbucks, every walk with her children was sold as breaking news, and then came her infamous nights out with Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan. The pictures of Britney stumbling out of nightclubs, sometimes without underwear, were everywhere. The media that once praised her as America's sweetheart now mocked her as an unfit mother and a train wreck in the making. As her marriage to Kevin collapsed, so did her custody battle. Cameras captured her crying in parking lots, chasing after her children as bodyguards held her back. The perfect pop princess was no longer in control. She wasn't a superstar anymore. She was tabloid fodder. By 2007, Britney Spears was in full free fall. Her divorce from Kevin Federline turned into an ugly custody war over their 2 children. The pressure from paparazzi, the endless headlines, and the personal chaos finally exploded. In February 2007, Britney walked into a hair salon in Los Angeles, grabbed clippers, and shaved her head. The images became some of the most infamous paparazzi photos of all time. That same week, she attacked a paparazzi's car with an umbrella. The world watched as the former pop princess unraveled in real-time documentaries like Framing. Britney Spears reignited the conversation, exposing the cracks in her carefully managed life. The pressure grew louder. Court hearings became packed with supporters chanting for her freedom. Britney herself started speaking out, saying she felt abused by the conservatorship, forced to work against her will and silenced for years. The same woman who once sang about being a slave for you was now literally fighting to be freed from her own father's control. And the question everyone asked was simple: was Britney truly sending coded pleas for help, or was this just another act in the tragic story of her downfall? In 2020, Britney Spears' fight for freedom reached its peak. Court documents revealed shocking details about her conservatorship, including claims that she was forced to perform restricted from removing her IUD and medicated against her will. Her testimony stunned the world. Britney called the conservatorship abusive and begged the court to end it by late 2021. She finally won. After 13 years, Britney Spears was free. Fans celebrated in the streets. The Free Britney movement had succeeded. For a moment, it felt like the fairy tale ending everyone had been waiting for, but then came the Instagram posts instead of triumphant returns to music or television. Her short-lived marriage to Sam Asghari in 2022 only deepened the chaos. By 2023, he had filed for divorce citing irreconcilable differences. Rumors of explosive fights and mistrust filled the tabloids. Freedom didn't bring peace. Instead, it unleashed chaos. By 2024, Britney Spears was free, but her life was anything but stable. She released a tell-all memoir that sold millions, but instead of celebrating her voice, most headlines focused on the bizarre details like flings with celebrities, shocking family accusations, and cryptic outbursts on Instagram. Nothing changed. The strange videos kept coming: Britney pacing in circles, bizarre dance routines, rambling captions that left fans confused. Some followers cheered her independence. Others openly mocked her. Her family relationships remain shattered. She's estranged from her father, her sister, Jamie Lynn, and often even her mother. Her children reportedly keep their distance, avoiding the spotlight that Britney can't seem to escape, and the public, they've moved on. Britney's name no longer trends for music or performances. Instead, it's tied to rumors, meltdowns, and social media chaos. She's become more of a meme than a pop icon. Once the best-selling teenage artist in history, Britney Spears, is now remembered as a cautionary tale. A woman who had it all, lost it all, and can't seem to escape the spotlight. Even when it hurts her most. Britney Spears' downfall isn't just about one celebrity. It's about the price of fame, the pressure of being perfect, and the destruction that comes when the world stops rooting for you and starts watching for your next collapse. From the Mickey Mouse Club to the Vegas stage, from superstardom to scandal, Britney Spears' life has been a roller coaster the world couldn't look away from. She was America's sweetheart, then America's cautionary tale. But here's the question: was Britney a victim of fame or the architect of her own downfall? Was this tragedy inevitable, or could it have been prevented? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell because we've got more shocking celebrity downfalls coming your way. Do you enjoy the video? Therefore, remember to like and comment.